is also of the same origin as Mr. in the Italian language. So in terms of name, we can validate this idea of Moor from those three given areas. There are not many literatures in the history departments that illuminate these records of the past. The four that I know of that are available are A, Nature Knows No Color Line, J.A. Rogers, The Golden Age of the Moors, Ivan van Sertima, The Golden Trade of the Moors, E.B. Bovill, B-O-V-I-L-L, may still be available. The Golden Trade of the Moors, a book about the African Moors of West Africa, whereas what you'll find the literatures I just talked about present mostly a point of view of the East North African, the ones who readily went into Cadiz of Iberia, which is directly across from the very northern tip of Europe at the point or port called the Port of Kuta, is the point of entrance and accessibility of the African to Europe. You could virtually swim from Africa to Europe from the Port of Kuta, where the first known invasion of that group who lived in Mauritania, town of the Moors. Morocco, the rock place of the Moors. Marrakesh, the place of the Moors. You'll find those on the map. Not seemingly referred to as having any significance in the Negro history classes that are going on in America, where most of the time there are no African maps in the classroom, where there are African descendants, where most of the time the teachers that teach Negro United States colored history have no such map at home. So the problem of where we are gets to be a consciousness problem, gets to be a problem of human psychology. The human being cannot describe, define, or locate where he is. He then is disoriented. See? In the cultural picture, the problem of geographical amnesia is a valid mental illness for almost 80% of the black population. See? As I heard the second week I was here, a Negro colored fella over by Pascal's say one day, "I ain't no damn African. I'm a Negro. I'm a colored man." This is 1986. You know? So we're understanding disorientation. But what we need to know is there's a reason for it. Not wholly the problem of the dark-skinned, broad-nosed, and thick-lipped, furled-haired human being known as Moors. Yes?
In just the correct manner of speaking, is the African, the Moor, or the Moor.
Yeah, go ahead, work with it, my brother.
In my mind, there is no difference, but contextually, from your point of view, what is the difference in name?
Okay. Another very good question that usually I don't get to deal with until later, but I'm glad you brought it up. The politics of Pan-Africanism and the problems needing solutions of the disunification of the African and sympathetic reach by the Moors sleep in America to adorn the idea of being African Americans was one of identification with virtually a piece of property. That's a very poor depiction of the African map, but as close as I can get at the moment. And if you look in the dictionary, you will find this word, but there's no definition for it. You will find it under a map. So if you ask an African, what does the word Africa mean? You'll get a long pause of silence, or you'll get Daffy Duck. That again, the scholar found no need to research it, and if he did, he looked usually in the Greco-Latin Roman text. That's the hieroglyphic that you'll find in commentary on Book of the Dead, and also you'll find in G.A. Gaskell's Dictionary of All Mythologies and All Scriptures and Mythologies, the concept aphora. The Spirit led me directly to the concept and then showed me that was the root derivative of the concept Africa. This is a asit or asti, the many-legged thing, the original organ of life, form. That's what it represents. Not a very good depiction, excuse my artwork. These are 3 drops of semen. This is the sun. This is Afu, flush. This is Ra, God. Afura, flush of God. What Budge translated it to was the dead flush of God. Figure that one out. How can God have any dead flush? That's an amazing contradiction even to the most fundamentalist. You going off here, my brother? Thank you. That's a tornado warning, yeah. Yeah. All that to where white folks are. Yeah. Yeah, well, they ought to be watching it because it's definitely up for grabs. We're in tornado season, so it's not anything that's startling, surprising. It's just that they come suddenly, like a ghost in the damn night. Let me get back here before I start running off here. I see Jim and I is getting ready to grab something and run with it. So the idea here is one of descriptive. The concept of name, of person, is the concept gained from the state of what is called eponymy, or the eponymistic state. In that antiquity, a group of people, a particular man, as we look back in our chronology, whose name was Camur or An Misraim, and went east of Eden, as Yosef Ben Yochanan points out, to a plaque that they call Giza, cleared this enormous piece of swamp property, drained it dry.